Alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I'm just over here on the Try Hack Me as usual, and what I'm doing is I'm just getting a better understanding of how TLS negotiations work and how the Cipher Suites work when you connect to a website to establish a secure connection. So one of the things that I want to go ahead and illustrate here is how that negotiation works. And one of the first things that I want to show is the cipher suites that are being sent from our client machine when connecting to websites. So, excuse me, those clients are listed here, the cipher suites with that open SSL command. So these are all the cipher suites that are supported in our Linux system. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring up a web browser as well as Wireshark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to Bank of America, and then we're going to capture that traffic, and then we're going to determine how that certificate negotiation works in order to establish that secure connection. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start our packet capture here, and then we're going to connect to our website. And as you can see, as you're probably aware, you can always check which certificate is being used through this information here. So I'll go ahead and stop that and go ahead and just simply type TLS just to filter by that. And what we're looking for is a client request going out from our client here to the Bank of America website. One of the things, you could just scroll down here and then we can see that information, and then we can filter this out through additional filter in Wireshark. So I'll go ahead and add that now. And I'm just going to do a .1 with a 24-bit mask, and we're going to get all that traffic. So what we have here is we have our client sending out the request to the server, and when our client sends out that request, it's telling the server which protocols it supports, and that's listed under here as far as the different cipher suites that our client supports. So it might be down a little bit farther, but basically that cipher suite is going to be listed in here, and it's going to show all those cipher suites that I had listed there. So under this one, we've got our client hello, and then we've got our cipher suites listed here. So that's our client telling the web server which cipher suites is available. And then once that negotiation happens, the server is going to send out the key, and then it's going to basically facilitate encrypting that traffic through the cipher suite that is listed here. So as you can see, that's established a secure connection with this cipher suite here. And one of the interesting things that we can do when we look at this client exchange is we could actually export this certificate as a CRT or a CER, and we can take that through this certificate information, and then what we're looking for is the certificate protocol, and we can see that we can export that certificate information, and then we can basically analyze that certificate through a cert utility on Windows or through SSL. So we'll go ahead and scroll down a little bit, and I already established that connection. But basically, once it's established that connection, we can take that secure certificate information, and then we can export it to Windows to analyze that certificate. So what I did here is I've already done that, is I've taken that certificate information and I've put that certificate information that's gathered through here, and I exported that certificate off to Windows. And one of the things that we can see in Windows when we analyze the certificate is the issuer, among other things. So if I run that command, cert util -verify, and that does exported certificate I took off of there. So as we could see, this certificate was issued by Entrust, and it's issued to Bank of America, And that shows us some good information there as far as the certificate chain and how that website's secured through that Entrust certificate, that CA certificate. Anyways, I just wanted to show that because I thought it was pretty interesting how that whole process works. So I hope you found that useful and that you can determine how the secure connections are established when you're connecting to websites. Thanks a lot.